And so what do we have a plethora of in today's day, even as we're talking about AI? There's a plethora of fear mongering. And I would
Yeah.
argue that, thank you, God. If you go to the end of the Bible, right before the things close, in the same chapter that's talking about this wonderful place where there'll be no more sorrow, no misery, no pain, no death. It also says who's not going to be there. You know, the first thing on that list.
No, I don't remember.
Let's go there before we close.
Okay.
Let's go there. Revelation chapter 20. And um, hold on, I can't tell you exactly. That's not 20, it's 21. I'm sorry. Revelation 21. And it's a list. And when I was a little boy, I quoted one of the last things on the list as I wrote this letter, this
Mm.
comical letter to my mom. I was like, Mom, I've lied to you 4 times in the last 3 weeks, and I don't want to go to hell because the Bible says that all liars will have their part in the lake of fire. I wrote this letter to my
Oh,
mom because I didn't want to go to hell, Lord. I don't want to go to hell.
I
But
want to go there.
A letter to moms.
hilarious story until I began to look in its entirety at this
Hmm.
list. I could not help but to see the first thing on it.
Hmm.
Revelation 21, verse 8. What you got?
Verse 8. Oh.
Oh, let me go there.
Mm.
21 verse- Oh, 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 but the fearful and unbelief. But the
God
fear,
has
I
not,
read this and I didn't recognize that. But the fearful, that speaks volume.
God has not given us the spirit of fear.
Oh,
So
that just
I do
changed.
this in a puppet show, and it hits in a way that people can't unsee it. If God has not given us that spirit, who you think is that's trying to give it to you?
Mm-hmm.
And then the question becomes, are
Mm-hmm.
you going to receive that spirit?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Oh, this is good.
it's not coming from God. And so when people
Hmm.
even pitch end time messages under this banner of fear, that's not God to me. That's
Yeah,
that's that's not God. The fear of the Lord is very different than being fearful.
yeah. It's a reverential fear,
Yes,
not just
fearfulness.
terror.
God is, while Yeshua was on the earth, he perpetually, incessantly, redundantly, fear not, fear. Don't fear. Stop fearing stuff.
Fear not, only believe.
Mm.
I know the boat is sinking. Do you still have no faith? Bruh, it's like I am the author of life. Sleeping in like I'm sleeping. You think
On
that
the pillow.
I,
You're on the pillow, comfortable.
Comfortable. Calm and comfortable.
Mm.
out cold, snoring, drooling, the whole 9 yards.
Man.
Cold. And so this
No.
concept needs to be unpacked. We need to call sin by its right name. Because I
Yeah.
believe that fearfulness, and Proverbs talks about it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Like Proverbs 28, verse 1 is probably the one that resonates most when it describes that the righteous are as bold as a
As a
lion.
lion.
Hmm.
That's why Daniel wasn't scared of no lions. He's like, bro,
Yes, man.
where are we going? Which this way? Where's the steps? You want me to take the elevator? It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I we ain't scared of nothing and no one. And so this, as
My father
citizens
made
of the
all
kingdom,
this.
I'm trying to tell you, and even when you look at the book of Acts, and even when you look at the persecution of Christians, because we don't know whether or not our path of moving into an abundant life will be disrupted by these events, and we'll be called to give it up. But even when we do,
Hmm.
we're not fearful.
Yeah.
They willingly went to the stake, singing hymns, and the movement. They thought they were gonna
Choke it
no,
out. But all
mm-mm,
it did is
nope.
made it expand.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, because why? Because they weren't scared. And when
Yeah.
people saw that on the outside, it's just like, bruh,
What they
what's
got going on?
everyone have in common nowadays? Everybody's scared. They scared.
Yeah.
Everybody's scared. We
Because
scared of everything. We are hyper phobic in every capacity, in every realm. Technology is just one of them. Anxiety now has crippled a whole generation of people.
Generation. Yeah.
Imagine that imaginary, just worst case scenarios, and we're literally sabotaging and getting stuck in a rut of our own stinking thinking. When whom the sun sets free is free indeed. Adam, you are free. You can eat from any tree in the garden. You
free.
can do anything that you want. Be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth, subdue it, have dominion. You are my agent here on. You are my abundance ambassador.
Yeah.
You shall be like a tree planted by. When's the last time you saw a tree that stopped growing? It's dead.
And
And as
it's
long as
only
we
Mm.
have life, we are growing in grace. We're growing in our love. We're growing in our ability to wield successfully our dominion
Mhm.
here as kingdom ambassadors on the earth. We are not fearful. We believe
Mhm.
God. What would happen if Eve really believed God? The problem, I heard somebody put it this way, the problem wasn't that Eve believed the serpent, it's that she didn't believe God.
Didn't believe. Yeah. You know,
That was
as my mind has like it feels like y'all took it and you just you took it out my head and placed it somewhere else because all when I think about end times, right? Most of the time, it's more of like anxiety of I want
Mhm.
to get this right, I want to get this right. But I have to say, like talking to y'all, it just gave me a level of confidence. Like Brandon, when you started talking, I'm like, why is dude so confident? I'm like, why are you so confident about this? Like, shouldn't you be more apprehensive? Honestly, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, where's this confidence coming from? But as y'all keep talking, it brings me to the realization of who we are. Like how dare we be fearful? And I love the book of Daniel because it's a group of children of the Most High who were placed in a system that the world might call a demonic system, and they thrive with confidence. Like this conversation, y'all
yeah.
don't know what this did for me today, man.
But just like you said, and it really boils down like to that what you just said sums up the entire conversation. How
Mm-hmm.
dare we?
Mm.
Mm.
How dare we? Father, who gave us his son, his only
Yes.
begotten son, he gave us the best. How dare we think that he won't give us
Mhm.
the rest?
Mm.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm.
That's good. We have to be bolder and
Yeah.
confident.
Fear of what? Fear death. Where is your sting?
Mm.
Mm,
Because
yeah, even
as
that.
Paul said, like, what are we? The reason that they went to the stake, willingly,
Mm.
like, because to live is Christ, to
Mm.
die
Guys.
is gain.
Mm.
Woo, bruh. Even as you're saying that, I flipped over one chapter and I started just reading Revelation 22, the last book, and it was just illuminating in my mind.
The
It's the
climax
angel
scripture is
showed
just
me
like, oh yeah.
it's
Mm.
because it's going back to it's taking the front. You know how they do in the movies where there's the end of the matter and you can't help but to think of how things began.
Mm-hmm.
It's weaving into two. I never saw before this moment just this concept of trees and fruit from
Mm.
Genesis chapter 1 to Revelation 22.
Mm.
The river of the water of life flowing. I never saw the similarities between how the book begins and how the book ends
Oh,
until
100%.
this moment.
Really?
Then the angel showed me the river of the water of life as clear as
Wow.
crystal. flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb down the middle of the great street of the city. On each side of the river stood the tree of life. Where have we seen those words before? Bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree. Ooh, Jeanne, you are one of the leaves on this tree that God has assigned for the healing of the nation. There is a healing that needs to take place. Like, we're fearful because we forgot the promise. We're fearful because we forgot the we forgot the all powerful one. We're fearful because we're looking at this earthly power that has some power. And I'm just saying, verse 3, it no longer will there be any curse. It's all coming under the subjection of the Father. Like, as it began, so it will end, and it just keeps going. It just keeps getting better and better. I never saw the correlation between the first chapter in the Bible. I'm still just zooming through because I didn't want to get all into it. It just keeps going. The whole
circle.
chapter.
It's full.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why he says, I am, like, in English it's translated as the Alpha and Omega. He says, like I am the Aleph Bet. The beginning, the end. I'm the whole thing. The whole revolution. I'm all of it. The way that we started is the way that we end, and the way we end is the way we started. It's a full circle.
I'm just stuck on verse 17. The Spirit and the bride say, come. Let the one who hears say, come. Let the one who is thirsty come, and let the one who wishes to take the free gift. Talk about entrepreneurship. What's your free gift?
Man.
Right.
The free gift.
The principles is laced all throughout.
Yes. Wow, this is so good.
Even when you just like you said, going back to Genesis 1, right, where he says, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, have dominion. That's a business plan.
It is.
Yeah.
Be fruitful. What is a fruit? A fruit is a living organism whose seed is within itself, meaning that it produces on the outside based on the seed that's inside of it.
Yep.
Father planted a seed of his creativity in you, just like he did in me and every one of us, right? So with that creativity, we have to be fruitful. That's the whole, the business itself, right? That's the starting of the business. It's an idea that you use in your creativity, your imagination, your experiences to create a solution. Be fruitful. After you're fruitful, now what do you do with that?
Multiply it.
Multiply it. Right? Kind of like, I don't know. How do we multiply things? I don't know. Maybe kind of like, printing it so that it can be distributed, perhaps, digital, like, I don't know, maybe videos. Right? Multiply. Be fruitful, replenish the earth, which is, right? That's distribution, right? And then, so we have be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, which, as we said, that's the distribution part. Like, how do you replenish, refill the earth, fill the earth with everything that you was being fruitful with, everything that you just multiplied, right? Send it to the ends of the earth. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. Subdue. What is subdue? That means that you trample down, you step on the opposition so that you can be properly positioned. Right? So that would look like, in business, establishing yourself in a market.
Yeah.
Right? You're subduing the market to where you now are positioned in the market.